everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. So, why are all of Bayern Munich signings failing? Okay, I have a few reasons, 4 of them actually. This whole season has been a little bit complicated. I'm really referring to the panic signings we made. That would include Douglas Costa, Eglis Costa, choupo-moting, and Bonasa. Maybe Rocca, but he barely plays. So we can't know whether or not he's failing or just not playing. The number one reason I'm saying is because of inconsistent performances. I mean the whole team, not just these players. Inconsistent performances from our entire team. We aren't playing consistently. Typically, as a signing that's coming into a new club, you want a persistent style of play. But as we know from this season, we can go from beating Schalke 8-0 to just up, down, up, down. It's just not consistent enough. And it leaves a huge window of crap performances from these signings as well. I'm not just going to put our poor performances on just one aspect. It could be our tactics, it could be our defense, it could be our attack, it could be our midfield. We don't know for sure. I'm hoping that by the time the Champions League gets here, we are a lot more consistent. Please, let's be consistent. The second reason is no integration time. Seriously. Rocca's been here for 13 weeks. That's not enough. That's just 3 months. Every single player needs more time to be able to get to know their teammates and to have a long time with them. And actually, I said this about Sané, and people said, well, Sané knew Goretzka. No. I mean, he wasn't training with them every single week. Well, technically, he did train with Goretzka sample. You know what I mean, but 4 years at Man City or something like that, yeah, he was bound to need training time and integration time. Integrate means you're in a new city, you're just going to learn the culture. Also, hey, Rocca just got his new apartment. Makes no sense that he just got his new apartment. I always thought he lived in a big old mansion. So yeah, he didn't have enough time to integrate. They came in right at the last minute. Our board decided to waste time on Serginho Dest, which meant we had no real first choice options. We were consistently focused on Callum Hudson-Odoi, but we didn't sign him. So it meant whoever we were getting was never going to get enough time to integrate into the team. And that's the problem. I think the next thing is general lack of quality. Bonasa is not good enough. Choupo-moting is not good enough. Douglas Costa is good enough for his role. He barely plays, and I guess that's meaningful to some sort of extent. Apart from Rocca and Costa, I don't really see the ability in choupo-moting. This guy takes 10 touches to bring the ball to his feet. It's weird. He'll take a touch with his chest, he'll bring it down with his foot, the touch will be off, and then he'll try and get another touch, and then he needs another one, and then he's gonna need a turn like a truck. This guy could be a truck driver, because he turns just like one. And he's just so slow in the build-up. He offers nothing more than Lewandowski does. I mean, the best part about a backup is that they should offer something different from your main guy. But Robert Lewandowski's literally better at everything than choupo-moting. Choupo's taller than Lewandowski, but guess who's better in the air? Lewandowski. I mean, but I'm comparing him to the best striker in the world and possibly the best player in the world. You know what I mean, though. I just think he came here to waste my time. I would have liked someone like a Mandzukic. I know we all made fun of it when we heard of it because we didn't think we'd be signing choupo-moting as an alternative, but I would love a Mario Mandzukic just about now. Seriously, he would just fit so well. He would just be tall, big, and have ability, and have some technicality about him. So lack of quality. Too many stopgaps. Yeah, all our signings are stopgaps. Stopgap means there's someone else you wanted, but because you didn't get them, you need someone else to replenish that loss that you didn't get from the first player you should have bought. We should have bought Serginho Dest or Max Aarons or Lamptey, whoever we should have bought. But we ended up with Bonasa. That's a stopgap. 4-year contract, by the way. I would be terminating that just about now. And it's not even been a year. He's crap. He's terrible. No. How do the champions of Europe end up with this guy? It's weird. So yeah, they're all stopgaps. And Zirkzee was supposed to move last summer. And speaking on Zirkzee, it looks like he's leaving us, man. Looks like he's leaving us. I'll make a video on that soon. Last but certainly not least, Corona awkwardness. I don't even know how I titled that, but Corona awkwardness. I think this weird time of this pandemic has just ruined a lot of my plans. Last year, I was planning on going to Germany watching Bayern in the Champions League, assuming we made the final. And I had all those plans, and that just didn't happen. I was going to go to Germany and then Turkey. Would have made more sense. Yeah, because Europe is right close to each other, so I could have just taken a bus. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? So imagine if you're a player and you're coming into a new club. Guys, if you're noticing, a lot of signings aren't performing that greatly. A lot of players are out of form. A lot of teams are out of form. Look at Liverpool, for example. 2 years ago, they were just flying high, just competing, winning. But now you look at them and they're just so lethargic and drowsy. It seems like the teams that are performing well now are just those hard-working teams that just don't give up no matter what. Not teams with ability. No disrespect to teams without ability, by the way. But it's much harder for Bayern's players to consistently stay motivated to work hard without fans. I mean, we were used to that. So imagine if you're a new signing, it must be so odd being at a club without fans. You don't feel invited. The fans are what you base your performance off of. If fans are cheering you on, you'll play so much better. I think all of our players would improve with fans in the stadiums. I mean, Pavard's form tanked when we returned back without fans. His form went downhill from there. Performance after performance. I think against Union Berlin, he played very well. And then ever since that game, just lower and lower. And then I believe the Champions League was the real defining moment. Because, guys, remember, at the end of that season, we weren't that high in terms of our play style. We weren't just that dominant. Yes, we were. But you know what I mean. We just weren't as good as we were when fans were in the stadiums. We weren't destroying Hoffenheim in the way we did. To the point where our away fans, saved their team from utter embarrassment. We were just dominant. So I feel like with no fans in the stadiums and just the ramifications of this pandemic, it has really hit a lot of our players. Most new players don't just look at the manager to get validation. They also look at the fans and listen to the fans and members in the club. The Allianz Arena, once it is full once more, I think we can experience truly what it means to be loud, have fans again. You know, like Sane, for example. I think Sane would play so much better if there was a stadium that was lively every time he did something. Alaba would play so much better if there was a stadium that was lively whenever he did something. Davies, remember when the Bayern fans were just screaming, "4G, 4G"? It was amazing. I'm curious what everyone thinks, but I'm sure you all agree with me. I'm probably the smartest person you've ever seen. Ugh. Nah, I love my big ego. Alright, thank you everyone so much for watching me. SME and peace.